This is Sakamoto Talks Biology. I'm Manabu Sakamoto. I'm a paleontologist and a lecturer in zoology. Years ago, when I was a student at Bristol, I was working on a research project on the evolution of cats. I spent a lot of time at the Bristol City Museum, where they hold a lot of cat specimens, but the majority of them were actually still undocumented. However, that was still a really good opportunity for students to be working on that. Then one day I came across a box with writing on the top of the box in big bold lettering that read "man-eater." I was quite surprised, to be honest, to find this, and shocked and, to be honest, a little bit excited, because what could be in this box? It felt more like a box of evidence from a crime scene than anything you possibly expect to find in a natural history collection. Intrigued, I opened the box, and what I found inside was an isolated tiger skull. Now, towards the right, we have the front end of the skull where you can see the teeth, and on the other side, you see the back end of the skull where there's the occipital condyle, which is the joint that attaches the skull to the neck. Towards the middle, you have a prominent arch, which is also called the zygomatic arch or the cheekbone. And above that, we have the eye socket. On this specimen, there was a label attached to it through a piece of twine. And on this label, it reads, Tiger, Felis tigris lin. Felis tigris stands for the scientific name of tiger. It is an older version of it, but Felis is the genus name. Tigris is the species name. Lin stands for Carl Linnaeus, who is the biologist that came up with the whole system of taxonomic classification. The rest of the label describes how this tiger was a well-known man-eater in India for about 2 years until it was killed in May of 1933. As an aside for the cat lovers out there, the cat family consists of 8 lineages of modern cats alongside the extinct saber-toothed cats, which is a separate radiation. Out of the 8 lineages, the Panthera lineage includes the big predatory cats that we're all familiar with, such as the lion, tiger, and leopard. The mountain lion, which is also quite well known, is not part of this lineage, but from a separate one called the puma lineage. Coming back to the specimen, the thing that stands out is how worn down the teeth are. You can see they're almost stubs. It's not uncommon for large, old individuals to have worn down teeth, but this level of wear is very rare. Weeks later, I came across another box, this time full of a random assortment of specimens, and this lower jaw really caught my eye. I checked my notebook and confirmed that this specimen number of this lower jaw actually matches that of the man-eater skull. So we found the lower jaw of that man-eater skull. The unique thing about this lower jaw is that you can see on the right jaw a kind of this bubbly, cancellous, spongy bone, which is called the callus. And that is evidence of a bone that's broken and healed again. And that offset that you can see is where the bone had broken and it's misaligned, but then it had reset misaligned. So this injury had caused this lower jaw to be misaligned, and the teeth had also been subsumed by the spongy bone. Now, if we go back to look at the skull from the bottom side, we can see this hole on the right-hand side of the palate. This isn't a natural feature. It is because one of the misaligned lower teeth had penetrated the palate. So imagine this tiger probably would have been in extreme pain every time it tried to hunt, eat, or bite. After this realization, everything fell in place. This tiger had very worn down teeth, it suffered severe injuries, and its lower jaw had set misaligned. Taken together, I am now confident that this tiger couldn't hunt properly. I think that is probably the reason why this tiger became man-eater. This is a case I encountered years ago and I have strong memories of to this day. This experience taught me that museum collections house more than just scientific specimens, but rich stories of the individual animals and their encounters with humans. As a biologist, I feel a deep sense of privilege to have encountered this.